they'll even one day do more than just your average things. NASA and the military also work on robots that can do certain jobs like defuse bombs or travel to space. Robots don't need oxygen and are capable to live in those harsher environments over time. So over time, we might see them continue to go on space explorations and do missions that are too dangerous for us humans to do. Imagine having your own robot butler go out and buy groceries for you, or clean your home while you're going away to work. And when you come home, that personal robot has a meal prepared for you already. And let's say, how will you get to work? Of course, you'll get to work in a fully self-driving vehicle. That's if by that time in the future, we don't already have flying vehicles, because that's currently a thing being tested. I think it's in Dubai, where they're currently testing the taxi drones, where you pay for it to fly you to your destination. So rather than spend a lot of time going through the streets, it's easier to just fly around. It'll get you there faster. The only thing I might personally be scared of is the fridges that self-buy groceries when you start running out of certain products. I'm broke, so I don't need another thing to take away my direct deposit. No, thank you. That is an actual thing. There's fridges that will check for what you're running low on and will order it for you. So things that are already advancing this day is medication. So things that are already advancing this day is medication. Being able to study and break down diseases to understand them better and find cures faster, or find ways to deal with them when those things are incurable. So for diseases, to understand them better and find cures faster, or find ways to deal with issues that before we thought were incurable. So for example, there's things like diabetes, which we at the moment don't have a cure for, but there's a way to work around it to make those things be more controlled and help those people live better and healthier lives day to day. For humans that are disabled, it sounds like science fiction, but it's things that we have today. We have exoskeletons. We already use them in the military for things like extra strength and more durability while doing long and hard tasks that require stamina, or just lifting heavy objects without hurting your back, stuff like that. Now, once this starts getting more mainstream and you have other companies figuring out ways to make it cheaper and more available to everybody, imagine people that have been paralyzed or have grown with a defect, given a second chance by technology to do everything else a regular human can do and enjoy their life just like everybody else. Being able to go out and walk around and do things that normally you would need help doing. No longer will they have to be a prisoner in their own body. It's very sad, but no longer will they have to be a prisoner in their own body, or have to really, with a skeleton, it'll be a huge help. Now the effects of our technology advancing and doing it at a fast rate can also cause negative effects. For example, our phones at the moment, we are fixing it, but with the blue light from our screens, from our phones, for example, is damaging to our eyes. And although it varies from person to person, and it won't cause anything crazy like blindness, it can cause things like dry eyes. It can leave you prone to needing glasses in the future with blurry vision over time. They also affect our sleep schedule. That's why at nighttime, whenever you use your phones, you stay up later, because it messes with your brain and keeps it awake, as well as just entertainment overall. It helps you stay awake. Another thing that we don't think about is the more technology advances and robots take over our day-to-day life, that means humans will no longer be needed for certain jobs. The loss of jobs from things like simple cleaning tasks to truck drivers. Once trucks are self-driving and can transport packages without a driver, will take those jobs of the drivers. Self-checkout has already been a huge decline in the amount of workers needed for an establishment, and there's even places around the world that have already started to use full self-checkout. stores with no workers other than the owner who stocks the supplies but doesn't stay to monitor the store during opening hours. That's actually a thing now. I don't remember where it is, but I think there's like 2 stores like that. The cons to that would also just be these stores are just like trials. So they're small, like corner store size stores, and they sell like simple groceries. It's nothing big like a Walmart or something with expensive electronics. And it's also an effort put in by the community to take care of the store itself when it's not being monitored, so people don't rob it or do anything illegal to it. Another thing with technology is we rely on it a lot for to carry our personal information, from credit cards like Apple. You now have Apple Pay where you can, rather than carry your physical card, it's on your phone. So if the risk with that is obviously our devices are being prone to getting hacked, which is a very dangerous thing. Whenever you have all your information there, whether it's medical or personal pictures, stuff like that. And then we get, I guess, the latest rave at the moment is microchipping. A lot of people are scared of microchipping, but they don't realize microchipping has been a thing for a long time, and it could be a possibility for our future. Workers and companies are microchipped to gain access to closed doors or to do simple things like check in and out of a store. They check in and out of work, and there's vending machines like at their jobs where they're just able to kind of buy something. The I guess vending machine recognizes the chip. I guess, I don't know if it's a distance thing or they have to scan their skin, but it recognizes a microchip and automatically charges them rather than them take out a credit card and have to pay for that. You have information in that chip, rather than carrying around your insurance card or having to explain to your doctors your medical records. The doctors are able to look at that chip, find out a lot of information about you, and it just saves time, especially in an emergency. Like, let's say if you have an allergy, like a peanut allergy, and you pass out or something, and people are like coming by, they don't know what's going on, they can scan you and it'll give you information about them, or what are their allergies, if they have any like heart problems, stuff like that could have caused for them to pass out. These are things that have been worked on for a while, just that's still not the norm when humans fear the long terms or the security breaches. So all of us have not come to terms with accepting these future technologies that might eventually come to be normal for the everyday person, which is scary to think that the more we advance, at the same time, the more vulnerable we can become. But we can only wait and see. And with that being said, there's a lot more we can go into with these facts, with this information, but I think I'll leave that for another video. So thank you guys for watching this. Another thing I want to say, I wanted to apologize. I filmed this video a day after I did the first half, so you might hear a lot of noise. It's because it's daytime and I wanted to get this video out rather than procrastinate